Hey everybody, back again with Family Style with Jimmy and Junebug. Today we're going to make you some pork chops, but not just regular pork chops. We're going to stuff the chops with some goat cheese, Vermont Creamery goat cheese, as well as some fresh basil that June grew in her garden, and some sun-dried tomatoes. And I think this recipe came about because at River Run we used to do a lot of different omelet specials. On the weekend we'd have like a meat special, a vegetarian special, and even fish. But I had this omelet with the goat cheese and sun-dried tomatoes and basil. I had it left over, and I happened to have some pork chops, so we kind of decided we would do that. And it became such a big hit, I was doing them almost every weekend, the stuffed pork chops. And we had a big grill, we would grill them on there. People loved it, and I kind of just kept doing this. And I also found out you can just stuff these things with just about anything. Onions and apples work really well, and just anything you have laying around. It's kind of a way to dress it up too. And June doesn't like doing these, so I'm going to do the hard work. And basically what you do is just have a nice little sharp knife, and these are center cut boneless pork chops. You just make a little slit right in the pork chop, and then you just take it. And it's kind of like carving. You just carve a little pocket in it. Then turn the knife around and do the other side. And it's super easy. Just be careful you don't go all the way through and cut yourself. And you just kind of fill around in there and you make a nice pocket. You can also do this with sourdough bread and stuff it with chocolate and strawberries, and that's for another show maybe. But same with this one. I've kind of got this one started. And if you use like a really liquid type stuffing, you can even pipe this in. But there's really not a great method that I know of besides just taking it, you stuff it in there with your finger, and it does make a little bit of a mess. That's why you don't like it probably, right? It's a little messy.
I just don't like touching.
You just don't like touching? Okay, that's good enough. And we got this delicious goat cheese.
And also it does make too big of a mess.
It does make a big mess. We'll start it off with a spoon. And what I like to do is I'll take and put the cheese in first, because then the other part, the sun-dried and the basil, will hold that cheese in, so when it's cooking, it won't just melt out everywhere. Here's the part that you should be doing. It's not that bad. And some sun-dried tomatoes. This stuff is so good. We made these the other night. They're super tasty. And we cook them on the grill. But today we're going to use this Lodge cast iron grill pan, so we just do it indoors. But you can cook these in the oven. You can cook them in a cast iron pan or just any way. But grilling out is the best. And you just want to stuff this till it's pretty full. And when you serve this, you know, there's going to be like some sections that you don't get the filling. But when you cut into this and you start eating that after it's been grilled, it's so tasty. Put a little salt and pepper on. And then I like to marinate these for just a few minutes. And then you can do it longer. Okay, you gonna try it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not sure to put it in there, but just
You're gonna do the salt and pepper? Go for it. So I use Worcestershire and soy sauce for a lot of meat marinade. It works really well together, and all we're trying to do is just get a little bit of marinade in there to keep the pork chop from drying out when you grill it. It also just gives it a little more flavor too. Thank you, honey. Then we'll stuff this one. On our next show, June's going to show us a couple recipes, right? She's got a world famous Junie salad we might do. She makes a lot for dessert at home. We'll keep it a surprise what's in there, right? You can surprise them with that next time. Like I said, this is a little messy, but it's worth it. What do you think? Ready for the grill? A little more salt and pepper. And these cook very quickly. I mean, these are pretty thick pork chops, but it doesn't take that long. What you're trying to do is cook the chop to about 145. You know, you can use a internal thermometer if you want, but you'll be able to tell when it's nice and done, I'll show you. Smells good.
It's so loud.
There we go. I'm gonna smoke us out, I believe.
Okay.
So basically, this is probably about 7 or 8 minutes on either side, and you're just gonna cook these things until they're done through. Like I said, about 145 in the middle. You'll be able to tell also from just looking at these boneless chops when they're done. Smells good, doesn't it? You sleepy?
It's loud.
It is loud. And as you can see, it's got great stuffing right here, and it's all sealed in because we got it nice and hot. That's what you want to do. You want to put this on a medium to medium hot grill or a pan. You want it to sear just like it's doing right now.
It's so loud.
It's good though. It's not that loud.
It's very loud.
Maybe you just have good ears.
It's quieter than it was before, but it's still quite loud.
All right, now we can crank it back up. Get it smoky in here. That's all it is to it, folks. Just let it cook. And what you want to do, you want to serve this with your favorite side dish. We love salad. We do a salad, sauteed spinach, mashed potatoes, anything like that. It's just
Potato.
mashed potatoes for sure. Maybe even cornbread too. Any of that good stuff, serve it with your favorite side dish. And like I said, it's just a great way to dress up a good cut of pork chop. And you don't have to use sun-dried tomatoes and basil. Whatever you got in your garden or whatever you got in your fridge works really well. And you see how easy this is too. It's kind of fun to do, especially if you get your little kid to help you, right? Make a mess. We'll show you this when it's done, folks. It's almost ready. We'll plate this up and show you the beauty shot here in a sec. All right, folks, these are done. Looking delicious. Just serve these on a nice plate with a little bit of garnish on the bottom.
There's a bit of something fizzing right there.
Yeah, that's just a little sun-dried tomato. Beautiful.
It's bubbling.
You ready to eat these things? You would too, wouldn't you? You've got a good appetite, honey. That's all it is, folks. Beautiful pork chop stuffed with sun-dried tomato, basil, and Vermont Creamery goat cheese. Enjoy.